Alright, so I got a cool new mic stand, so hopefully it'll help the channel. Pretty cool packaging, got it from Amazon, 2-day delivery. So I got like a diffuser for the top of the microphone, all this stuff, pretty cool. All this cool stuff for it. I'll have to set it up and then I'll show you guys the final piece. Alright guys, so this is pretty much what it's going to look like set up here at my apartment. You guys can see we have the microphone, the Yeti Blue set up right here beautifully. We have a diffuser on the top right here as well as this. I wish I knew what it was called, but I'm not that precise with like audio yet. I'm not really that big into the sound industry, but I do have the bracket. This makes it a lot more easier to have the microphone stored away so that my it's not sitting right in front of my face, as well as it will help smooth out a lot of the voice that I pronounce. So when I talk, you won't hear the raspiness in my voice as much. So it's definitely a cool setup. This is it stored away. When I want to use it, I can just pull it out and turn it and put it in the direction that I want to use it in. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys like that, and let's get on with today's video. What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's episode, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to USD. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you want to see more content. Also, subscribe to my Twitter and my Steemit. Links are in the description, so I do highly appreciate all those who follow and subscribe. Otherwise, hopefully you guys like the new Yeti microphone setup I have. Hopefully that will bring a little bit more audio improvement to the channel. Otherwise, let's move on to today's episode. So I definitely got a lot of mixed reviews on the video I made yesterday, and it has come to my conclusion, and it has come to me that I decided to make a different video, as you read in the title, whether or not this is a bull trap or not that we have fallen into. We have seen a couple of things that have changed within the market right now, and I've seen a lot of comments in yesterday's video basically explaining that what we could be seeing is not a correction, but a potential bull trap, and a reversal could be right around the corner. So I do have an article to bring up basically talking about what a bull trap is, and we will be looking at that as well as looking at the rest of the market. Otherwise, hopefully you guys like the new update I put out. If you were following me on Twitter, you would have seen it, or in the Facebook group. The link to that, I believe, is also in the description. I changed the way the channel looks, so if you guys like the improvement I do, it's a little more professional. I changed the background. I think it looks very, very, very snazzy, so if you guys like that, definitely let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know what you think about the microphone setup. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. And I also have a picture I want to show you guys of another YouTuber and his view of the market right now that could potentially show that there is more of a struggle to come in terms of price, that we could be seeing another correction at best. So as you guys can see on the current coin market cap, I did just refresh this. We have a market cap of 137 billion, 24-hour volume of 18, and a Bitcoin dominance of 54%. So we're seeing an increase in Bitcoin, and we are seeing a slight decrease in 24-hour volume and a lower market cap. So we are seeing some slight pullback in the altcoins and a slight movement upwards in Bitcoin. So as I scroll down and we look at the top 10 cryptos, there's a few things that I want you guys to notice. We have Bitcoin at $4,200 or $4,283, and it is up 0.82%. Not too bad, honestly. It's not up really by much or down. It's pretty much in some sort of consolidative stance. The other cryptos, though, for the rest of the market, are down for the most part. Most of them are down 2 to 3%. EOS taking the biggest hit, down 7.5% compared to the rest of them. Litecoin down by 1.56. Stellar actually up by 2%. Didn't even notice that. XRP down by 2.76. We're also going to be looking at XRP or Ripple today, whatever you guys want to call it. I know it's XRP, but some people affiliate it with Ripple. And believe it or not, on on TradingView, it is considered Ripple as well. As you guys can see, XRP to USD is Ripple. So XRP USD is considered Ripple here. So I'd like to call it that too. Otherwise, I do want to show you guys this article. So this is on Bitcoin.com. Hopefully a lot of you guys are familiar with what Bitcoin.com is. Very, very, very popular website. It's actually the first website I started buying cryptocurrency and Bitcoin off of. This is what introduced me to crypto because it's Bitcoin.com. So scrolling down, so it says market update, bull trap or reversal. You know, are we seeing a correction up to the upside, or is this actually a bull trap? And I know a lot of people are quite negative, so it does kind of talk about stuff of that issue. So it says 3 days ago, crypto economy suffered deep losses with digital asset prices at their lowest across the board since September 2017. But on Wednesday, the digital asset ecosystem started showing a slight recovery, like we saw, as the entire capitalization of 2,000 plus coin gained $14 billion. I just wanted to see when this was published. Cool, it was published yesterday. So it says cryptocurrency markets are doing much better today. And I believe this was yesterday or a little bit earlier. Actually, it was earlier today. So it says they're doing much better today than they were 3 days ago. When we published our last market update, for instance, top 10 digital currencies are up between 12 and 18%. So yeah, this was the last night into yesterday. But we are seeing a lot of coins that are up quite a bit. So it could potentially be, you know, a bearish move. It's definitely something I wanted to bring to your guys' attention. You know, they are talking about that we did see a nice run up, but there is still potential for a pullback. I wanted to, here it is. So it says skeptics are unmoved by market optimism. So that's kind of what I wanted to bring up to you guys' attention. I had a lot of negative, not negative comments in the chat or in the comments below. There were a couple, but for the most part, a lot of people were commenting a reversal, a bull trap, a bull flag, a lot of potentially negative things on the market. And I wanted to bring that to everyone's attention, not just the couple of people that commented that. So it says overall, there are a lot of traders, you know, hoping for a bearish cycle of declining prices that will end while others are itching for even lower prices. So that's another thing. Yesterday, my video was a little bit controversial because we do have a lot of people that are, you know, relatively new to the channel. So I do have to say things slightly less beginner to those who are new to the channel. We have a lot of new subscribers, and I don't know. And I know there are a lot of beginner people watching, and there are also a lot of higher level people involved, a lot of really big traders and really big, you know, like swing traders, whatever you want to call it, like investors, it's technical analysis, whatever it is. There are a lot of people that are very they're not beginner at this at all, that in terms of cryptocurrency. So I kind of have to keep what I talk about moderate, you know, in the middle. Sometimes I speak a little bit more advanced and more as an expert level, and other times I speak more beginner. So you do have to bear with me on that. But it says, so like we said, a lot of people are itching for prices lower. They're looking to short cryptocurrency. They're looking to short Bitcoin. They're expecting to buy in much lower. A lot of investors potentially could be looking to buy in much lower. But at the other side, there are a lot of people that want to see an upswing. So it's a very iffy market right now, and we do have to talk about the possibilities of this being a bear chop and a movement lower. So it says, meanwhile, the low prices may be attracting mainstream observers as well as Google Trends data reveals that people searching the word Bitcoin on the web has increased significantly. That's interesting too. Mainstream media, Google, Bitcoin is becoming very popular. With these prices getting low, we may start to see a lot more people be buying into it. So there is potential for a move to take place. Now, I do think this was the end of the article. I did want to point that out to you guys. It is potential for a bear trap. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but we do have to look at that as well. So I did want to pull up something that one of our subscribers reached out to me, and he sent me an article by another YouTuber. His name is Bitcoin Fund Manager. He sent me a video. His name is, so shout out to Mike Buoma for sending me this article. I do have a picture that I wanted to show you, and it is from the YouTuber, and he basically had XBT to USD pulled up. And I know this, you know, translates to a lot of other cryptocurrencies as well, due to the fact that we are in some sort of downtrend right now, and we've seen huge plummets once we reached certain, you know, highs and lows within this currency. But we've been able to find some sort of downwards trending channel within XBT, and as you guys can see, we've made some pretty assertive points where the tops and the bottoms are of this channel. And as you guys can see currently where this price is leading to, we're in some sort of symmetrical triangle. We are forming some sort of wedge right here. And as you guys can see, we're coming to the top once again of the top of the resistance of the trend line. And we are looking for a potential bearish pullback, you know, within the market. Again, these may not be the lows that we're seeing yet. We may continue to go lower. I do want to play the devil's advocate. So with this article and XBT pulled up, we could potentially see a lower move, a lower pullback down here. And then once we hit lower levels, we could see a very, very, very nice pullback into levels that we really are waiting for. So it may not be the end just yet of the bear run, but we still have some potential left to see some lower prices, and then we could continue to start to move up. So this is Bitcoin 21. For those of you who weren't familiar with XBT, it's Bitcoin 21. But otherwise, I do just want to jump into the cryptocurrencies that we are currently looking at. Now, what I forgot to show you guys yesterday within the market is Litecoin on its 4-hour was actually hitting an area that was holding it up some. You know, it was hitting some resistance area. As you guys can see, we do have a resistance up here. On our relative strength indicator, we do have a line right up here representing overbought. So if we did cross into there, we would be extremely overextended and we would need to pull back some on the 4-hour in the short term. We didn't, you know, reach that point, but we did pull back slightly. And as you can see, there was holding some resistance towards our high-low middle moving averages on the 4-hour of Litecoin. So we are seeing some sort of resistance. We're seeing some sort of suppression. I do not think yet we are over this bump. We did see a nice break. We were anticipating a move, you know, back up to $36, $37, but we may not be over just yet. We could continue to move up ever so slightly, retesting around, you know, 36 and change, but I don't think we have enough volume just yet to move up much higher than that. So I would hold off buying numerous amounts in there. If you wanted to scale down your pricing, you know, your investment, you could, like I said in yesterday's video, you could be buying at this level a very small amount to start off leveraging your investment, and then start to scale down and buy as we hit lower levels, because I do think, you know, this is very cheap for cryptocurrency. And if your highest, you know, position was $33, you wouldn't really be that far off starting at 33. And if, let's say, you scaled it all the way down to $15, if God forbid that Litecoin ever went down that low, those would be levels you could look at. And I know a lot of people are also inferring that Litecoin could potentially reach a $4 coin. So you got to play it out on when you want to start buying in and when you want to start your positions, because I do think Litecoin in the future will be much, much, much higher than $33. Otherwise, moving on to Bitcoin, you can see what is actually happening with Bitcoin. So it's interesting because Bitcoin shows a different approach to things. Bitcoin was showing extremely oversold, indicating a pullback was needed. So that's why we're seeing that pullback just right now. And the fact that we just got into a neutral territory, we just got above our, you know, resistance right here, or our support. We are just starting to level out. So we could see a lot of consolidation right now. We could see a lot of sideways momentum, a lot of sideways trading. Or we could see a pullback meeting up with our high-low MMA right at around, I'd say around $5,400, $5,500. It is very possible that we could go right there, but I'm not anticipating some massive breakout, you know, up to $15,000, $10,000 anytime soon. It could be a bull trap that a lot of people are saying that this little pump fake right here is only going to continue for us to move back down. So I wouldn't put in a huge chunk of money right yet. I sure know I'm not. I'm waiting for this to play out. We could, you know, much sooner than anticipated fall lower below $3,600. It's very possible due to the fact that we are extremely oversold though, or we were extremely oversold. I don't think we're going to go much lower. You can see truly what we're doing is just bouncing off that weekly. You can see right here we do have a sideways descending triangle that we broke bearish from, and you can see we're literally just bouncing off our weekly support, which is right there, the bottom oversold. So nothing to be too worried about right now. I don't think we're going to go much lower. If we did, I'd say bottom is around $3,000 for Bitcoin. I'd be very, very, very shocked if we fell much lower than $3,000. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. As for Ethereum, I have Ethereum pulled up on its weekly, and you can see it's pretty much rock bottom as well. It's pretty much nearing oversold. You can see pretty much down here that we're flatlined at the 30 on the relative strength index. And you can see we're just going to trade out sideways. I don't think we're going to break through $100. It'd be very, very shocked if we did break through. But I do think the next couple of weeks, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, we are going to see some sideways movement. And then eventually are we going to potentially see, you know, a break to the upside. You know, that could be towards the end of December into, you know, 2019, or we could break bearish and fall much lower, which would be quite shocking to a lot of us. Otherwise, moving on to XRP to BTC, I had a lot of requests to review this coin. I would like to draw a support right here and then a downtrend, because hopefully all you guys are well aware of the downtrend that did take place right here. You can see there was one right there. You could see that we had wicks up top here, numerous wicks, and then those wicks formed into an actual downtrend, a very strong downtrend at that. And you can see where the breakout point is on the weekly here. Beautiful breakout. So there are, you know, break to the upside in descending triangles. It is very possible. Interesting to note that XRP is nowhere near oversold on its weekly. So that's another thing to take note of. BTC and LTC were extremely close to becoming oversold on its weekly. XRP does not look like that. So XRP can go either way as of right now. It's in an okay position. It's kind of fair. While Litecoin and Bitcoin, I do think, have much more potential to move up at a much quicker rate than XRP is. Not to say this won't, but you can see it's slowly coming into some sort of resistance, you know, right now. Here we go. I'd like to draw this in right around here so you can see where I'm putting this line. We have support right here where we retraced back down all the way back at the end of January of 2018. You can see where we had this, used it as a support, and then you can see back in April, middle of April, April 16th, we used this as a resistance. And you can see as of today and November 29th and September 17th, we started to use this as a resistance using wicks right here. So I do think we're going to see some consolidation. I do think we're going to see some more sideways trading in the long term. I don't think we have the power to move up just yet. It's nice to see that XRP decided to overtake its daily high-low MMA. You can see right here, bouncing off of support right there beautifully. But we are facing a small resistance where I drew this candle. I mean, where I drew this line of resistance right here. You can see where that kind of cuts across right here. We could move it slightly lower, but it's about even. I do think what it looks like, you can see we are also oversold. Overbought on XRP's daily RSI. So I do think a small pullback, maybe retesting its high-low MMA on the daily is all it really needs. And then we could see another, you know, slight move back upwards. Who knows? There's a slight uptrend too. I do want to draw that. And then we'll wrap things up from there. Here you go. Oops, let me just draw this in real quick. Cool. So something like this, there's a slight uptrend or a slight ascending triangle forming on XRP's daily. So we'd have to keep note of that as well. It could break bearish. I truly do think it will break bearish and retest its high-low MMA, but we'll have to find out. But otherwise, that's going to sum up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up if you like the content. Make sure to join the Crypto TV community on Steemit as well as Twitter. And I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.